Hi guys, Paul.
Josh,
Maniacs Meat, episode 20.
Slicer Sunday.
Milestone 20. How about that?
We are 20 today.
20. We're going to do a film that is not 20. Because we can't add. We didn't pass our final exam. Here's the VHS of Final Exam. Made in 1981, the year of my birth. So this film just is going to turn, turned, because it was released in June, I believe, is going to turn 38 years old. Pretty awesome. There you go. This film is a very interesting film. The more you learn about the backstory of the film, the more you understand why the film is the way it is. It has basically a bunch of no-name actors in there. Absolutely, and I don't even know anyone who did anything else out of this film because of the fact that it was so no-name. The film was shot in 1979, 80, I think it was. It was actually shot in 80, but not released until 81. And there we go. A psychotic killer lurks in the eerie shadows of a college campus and examination time. Having arrived on the ominous black van of the malevolent figure, patiently watches, follows, stalks throughout the night, and the victims fall prey to the stealthy knife-wielding intruder. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this film has a sordid past, but has made some money. What was the budget on this film?
$374. No, $374,000.
It was budgeted at $325, and they said make it for $325 or else. And the guy, basically, what was his name?
John Huston. Jimmy Huston.
Michael. There's another.
We're all over the place.
Milton Meisel. Milton Meisel did say, I can't do this film for I have to do it at $375.
No flash photography, please.
So okay, but so basically it came in at $374. So Meisel was damn near close with his.
That's what I say.
With his actually thing. There's a lot of injuries that happened during this film because of the fact that nobody ever worked on a film that did this before. They apparently were having a writers actors strike during the making of this film, so they couldn't hire any seasoned actors. They all had no-name people do it, and most of the people that worked on the crew as grips also starred in the film as cooks or students and things like that. They had a 30-day filming budget, and the first 4 days they filmed the same scene 4 times.
I believe so.
Just to get people comfortable with the camera. However, they said stop doing that shit. We don't have time. So all the fucking film was basically train wrecks. Like I said, they never did anything. So there was they shot a whole day and got 2 minutes worth of usable footage. I mean, it was just train wreck. One of the things one of the directors wanted in it was Jack Daniels. They wanted to frequent Jack Daniels in the film. And because of the fact that there was free cases of Jack Daniels all over the film, most of the people were so fucking drunk and hung over the next day, they looked like fucking zombies walking around. They were horrible. Mm-hmm. So people actually came in and actually watched the dailies just to see how bad they were. And I guess the main director or producer said, tonight tonight is the night that you enjoy, but tomorrow you better be ready for second set because we can't keep doing this, right? They were taking a lot of things away. This is a cookie cutter film, if you know what I mean. This was building block shit. They saw Halloween. They saw Friday the 13th. They saw the popularity. They wanted to capitalize on that. Mm-hmm. So they basically building block cookie cutter made a slasher film. They didn't want to spend a lot of money on effects because they wanted to get a lower rating. But they didn't want to get a PG rating. So what they did was basically you don't really see any kills. It's all like just... and like the knife goes down and then you see a bloody leg. You don't see anything. But they put nudity in the film.
Nudity.
Just to spice it up. Okay. So that was what they did in this film. Now the funny thing is, when they actually sent it through, they were so worried about getting a PG-13 rating, it came back at X.
I know.
It came back in X because the final girl stabbed the killer too many times. She stabbed him 18 times, and that was too much. So they cut the film down to 12 times, and it was okay for an R rating.
That's so weird because it's still the same concept. So
It's
you
still-
cut a couple stabbings out. That's what does the trick.
You know what was weird? There was a scene in Evil Dead 2 that was cut out in England only. And that was when Danny Hicks kicks Bruce Campbell in the face. Because in England, you don't kick a man when he's down. So they had to cut that from the film. Just little things like that. It's kind of interesting with the cutting room floor. Will
I kick everybody
have
when
on
they're
it.
down.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, you're my friend. So it's just one of these things that it's interesting. They had a martial arts expert do the killer. He's a very big, tall guy, a martial arts expert, but he was manhandling people and simple stunts. Like, for instance, when Wild Man, which apparently is a take on the Jim Belushi thing, the Wild Man.
All right.
When they did him, he actually got wrapped up in weightlifting equipment, and he actually blacked out because he was choking the shit out of him. And when the main girl runs around runs around the side of the building, when he grabs her, he actually slams her against the building and hurts her. So it's like these little things that should have never happened, like these injuries.
Well, if they had their SAG cards, they wouldn't have the problem.
That's right. Fill out your SAD card?
I fill mine out monthly, yearly.
Okay. That's the thing is, like, I guess, do you feel that the injuries came just because they were lack of experience, or was it just because it was rushed too
I
much?
think it's a concept of both.
Both?
And I think that also the guy who didn't want to come off as not being able to perform, so he went for the best authenticity as possible.
Right, right.
You know, and there's nothing better, more authentic than you're literally physically slamming someone into the wall.
Well, in the end, when they're up the bell tower was actually collapsing. It was really collapsing in real
Yeah.
life, so it was dangerous to film there.
So it was abandoned, wasn't it? Or
It is.
it's run down.
Run down. It was an abandoned, run down dorm and bell tower and everything. And when they shot the arrow, he actually did catch it in real life.
Really?
He really did catch that in real life.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he actually caught it and stabbed the guy. However, though,
How do you do that?
he's a martial artist. He was training for it. He practiced, and actually did catch the arrow.
I did see that in the movie. I go, oh, I wonder how they did that.
Yeah, he actually caught it. The producers told Meisel that they were not allowed to spend any more money on a stunt guy because apparently the main actor here, the bad guy, was supposed to fall 4 stories down the bell tower and land on the ground. And they said, nope, we're not giving you any money for an actor. Just have the fucking guy fall down and just do the stunt himself. But he wasn't a stunt man. He was a, So behind their back, he got his own money together, bought a stuntman, and did the scene. And because Meisel couldn't handle the idea of someone dying on his dime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he got a real stuntman, made the scene happen. And because there was 2 things about this film. They didn't want to make it... They wanted to not have like a beautiful explanation like all these other slasher films. They wanted kind of like that, we don't know why it's happening, to give it more of a horror authenticity. And they based off, I guess, the movie Driver from 1976. And it basically doesn't explain anything either. So they go with that vibe. Yeah, I was going like, well, who is this guy? Why is he here? Like, I kind of wanted to know, but they don't explain this at all in the film. And they wanted to make sure that there wasn't going to be a hokey, cheesy ending where the guy might be alive. So they had the woman stab the living fuck out of him 12 times.
18. Well, yeah.
And 12 times in the cut. So, I mean, if you got up after that, we can go on him. What do you think about the film?
I like the movie. It was really good.
Well, do you think it's a little dark?
Oh, well, yeah. You know.
I think the budget, the lighting, it could have had better lighting.
I've learned... Okay, well, I'll say this. I like the hoax school shooting thing.
Yeah,
where the guys get in the
whole school
van
shooting, yep.
and they shoot everybody up because it's a fraternity prank.
Mm-hmm.
But I realize fraternities need to be just gone from existence at this point in our life. They serve no purpose anymore. And it's just a bunch of fucking meatheads that make me mad. I don't like the assholes in that movie at all. I'm glad Neil died.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. I hate fraternities. Fuck you and your fraternities. Sororities are okay though.
Because they have naked bitches.
Yes.
But what? I mean, what? I'm not. I don't know. What was the point of a fraternity in the beginning anyway? Just a group.
You mean how in real life?
Yeah.
A fraternity was a form of students or brothers that would get together and they would study and they would help each other pass and succeed in school. And here's a prime example in this movie is why that is now a dead concept, because they did everything in their power not to study. They remember they were breaking into the wardens or the deans to get the test results.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I don't want to have to study. You don't make me want to study. Like, well, that was the whole concept of fraternity a long time ago, was as a study group, an organization.
Now it's more of a status symbol.
It is exactly what that is now. Yeah. It's more like a society. Like, there's literally people getting jobs who shouldn't be qualified for jobs because they were in the same fraternity or they're alumni or something. Like,
right.
Like the Skull and Crossbones.
I was gonna say, the Skull and Bones is basically all presidents.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
If you were in that, you were guaranteed to be some type of politician of some sort. It's a dead concept. Get rid of fraternities. There's no need for them anymore. That's my feelings on it. Sororities are okay because I just like girls.
Yeah. So what if you like guys?
Tough shit. You go to the Blue Oyster.
Smoke on the water?
Smoke on the water.
Wow. Okay.
Was it the Blue Oyster or the Blue Clam?
The hairy clam?
No.
The bearded clam.
Nope, we're going over it. Police Academy. We're going to the gay bar. What was the gay bar name?
The Dripping Cock?
That's what it was. Not.
I don't know, because I don't know.
Justin?
High Tower? What was it?
High Tower. Tackleberry.
So what do you feel about this? I don't really like the nondescript killer.
I don't know. I like it. I like it because the guy just showed up for no reason. He just kind of just wanted to do his thing.
The problem is he just moseys around. This is a building block, stereotypical. What do we need to do to make a slasher as cheaply as possible?
What do you think about as far as red herrings? I don't think there was any really red herrings. I think they pretty much knew that this guy was no association with anyone on campus.
No.
And you just kill.
The guy looks like he's almost 40.
Yeah. What about the guy that's obsessed with killers?
Oh, no. And that's the thing is, apparently, what happened was, that's another thing, is Wes Craven used this film to base Scream off of.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
That same killer that...
Yeah, that kid's like, he's all obsessed with, like...
Yeah,
people who murder and stuff,
stuff like
which
that.
is kind of, you think about it, for what, 1981? Like, that's kind of a crazy concept to be talking about.
Well, this is still a fresh melon.
I don't think you would want to talk about stuff like that back in those days, because people think you're a little...
I think 1981 is still in that fresh melon area for slashers. You don't have that many. So, yes, obviously Bay of Blood and all that kind of crap, and there's a couple there. The Friday the 13th just came out. But then it's like after 1981, then the slashers got inundated with slashers. You know what I mean? So this is still, it's not the most dynamic one. There is nudity, which is fun. They needed a girl that could play the piano and get naked at the same time, which apparently was very hard to find.
I would imagine.
Yes, but they did it. I don't know. It's kind of funny, like Siskel and Ebert and stuff like that. They would badmouth these movies because there was too much gore and too much violence. They actually badmouthed this one because there wasn't enough.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I gotta say about Siskel and Ebert, quick?
They're both almost dead, or one's dead and the other one's not.
They both should be dead by now, if not. But the thing is, how can you be a film critic and be closed-minded about certain genres?
There's thousands of people like that.
They shouldn't be film critics then. Mm-hmm. You have to go into each movie open-minded no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. You're a film critic. I know both of them, though, didn't like horror movies.
Yeah.
They were not fans at all. So how can you sit there and say, I'm a film critic when you don't even like horror? Mm-hmm. That makes no sense.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to even do that job.
See, I'm a beer reviewer, and I don't like macro beers, so I don't review them because I feel like I will give them an impartial score.
Fine with that even. That's fine. Because you already know you don't like them. So
exactly. So I don't want to give them I don't want to hate on them.
Yeah, so I'm saying you can't sit and watch a horror movie. I don't like it. Well, you don't like horror movies. It's not like... I think that's why we do what we do. Because we like only horror movies, or I like everything. But
I'm still trying to push for the romantic comedy podcast, and he's not on board yet.
As long as we can do Spanglish
and Serendipity.
I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
Or 50 First Dates.
Or Cemetery Man. That's a romantic comedy, isn't it?
It's a coming-of-age tale.
Coming in my age.
Tales.
Tale. My age tale. Come in my age tale. Yeah. I can get behind that. Get it? So what do you think?
I like the movie. It was actually surprisingly better than I thought it would be.
Well,
I'm not going to
and
lie.
on VHS.
Yes, even though it's on YouTube. But
Shut
it's a 3-hour loop on YouTube, mind you.
Yeah, over and over.
Over and over. I had the pleasure of falling asleep. And you want to talk about screwing with you? I started the movie, and I fell asleep. I wake up to right to the point where I about fell asleep again and go, oh my God.
Did you have a coma?
What? Am I having a stroke?
Did I just have a stroke? Yeah, just.
It's the same scene almost. Like, it was right in that general area. I go, oh my God. And I looked, it goes 3-hour loop. I'm like, oh my God, it's a 3-hour loop of this.
Oh,
movie.
you watched it on YouTube. You didn't watch this.
Yeah, I didn't feel like taking it out of the case.
But I have it on VHS. Now, this is a different, actually, they have a much better cover.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up for the Instagram.
They have it's like a dorm with the silhouette of the killer standing in front of it. That's a much better cover.
Cool.
Actually, Miser didn't like, I think it was Miser, that didn't like, it was either Campless, or I think it might have been Campless, John Campless. He came up with the idea of Final Exam, and as soon as he said it, he goes, no, that's shit. And everyone's like, no, that's good. And he's like, I don't like it. And then apparently 2 years later, Hell Night came out, and he goes, that's what we should have named the film. Because he didn't like Final Exam as the title.
Final Exam was an awesome name.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good. I'm obsessed with buying films from 1981, year of my birth. So as soon as I saw this, I had to get it.
It's a good movie. It's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's fun, and I'm actually surprised with the stuff, the difficulties they had. Not difficulties, but what they had to work with.
Constraints and constraints and constraints and
And it's literally friends and friends of friends that helped make the movie. Like, there was no...
Well, as soon as... Actually, the funny thing is, like, this film was kind of boring. It was kind of this, kind of that. It lacked what I wanted to see, right? But then the more I found out about the backstory of the film and how it was like that, the more I appreciated the film and liked the film, because I like that friends of friends of friends and no-name actors and, like, you know, budget constraints.
It's literally...
It's a true low-budget
film. Living
film.
Dead kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just people come together to make a movie for love.
It's a true low-budget film.
Yep.
You know?
This is what ManiacsMeat is based off.
Yeah. What did you have any more information about that?
Let me look through it. I think you basically...
How much you just look through that?
How much do I look through what? Oh, well, while still wearing his death scene makeup, Jewel Rice went out to eat lunch at a restaurant where many of the customers were upset by his appearance.
Good.
I think that's funny.
I remember I was in the mall once, back when McDonald's was in there, and I was eating a chicken sandwich and I got a bloody nose. Because Justin Work was with me, and I just kept eating, and the blood was all over the place, and there was blood all over me. And then I started walking like, oh, help me, why are you running away from me? And they were running. I'm like, oh my God. It was funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The stabbing sounds were those watermelon being stabbed.
Yep. Yeah, she was stabbing a watermelon.
And they were stabbing pillows on the
ground.
Stabbing
a pillow. Yeah, she was stabbing a pillow when she did the final scene. Thoop.
So this is. Let me ask you this. I saw this in the scene where Radish frantically calls on the payphone at the gym.
The phone fell off
and broke. So they went out and they just took a payphone.
They stole one from a gas station.
You just stole a payphone.
Yeah.
That is the most metal thing ever.
That is just theft right there.
That is awesome. Because I did thought it was funny. I go, well, you're in a locker room and you have a payphone. Okay. But then I read it and go, they stole it? I'm like, am I reading that right? Yeah. That they took one from a gas station?
They ripped it off the gas station wall and used it. It was kind of like when John Russo was filming Midnight. He goes, well, they didn't have, the place they wanted to film didn't have shopping carts, so he went and stole some shopping carts from another place and used them.
That's awesome.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll just steal these fuckers. Yeah.
That's so metal. I don't care what it says.
Remember Lobos and Berwick?
Yeah.
The shopping carts full of fucking soda?
Oh my God.
I remember the one day I just grabbed the shopping cart, just walked off with it.
Lobos had such the best stuff, too. They had awesome candy. You remember their display candy?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, they had everything.
I remember we used to walk over there and get trading cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, all kinds of cool
I
shit.
remember they used to have cigarettes in buckets. I used to just dip back and throw them in my back pockets and walk out and give them to people. Yeah.
They probably knew.
Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah,
They
like
probably
those,
just didn't care.
those meddling kids and their cigarettes.
Oh,
they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down underneath the bridge and smoke them.
Yeah. We laced them with cyanide. Now they're already in there, you know. They would have got away with it with that meddling dog.
Oh. That's all I got, bud. What do you rate this out of a 10? Did we go over to the rating system already? No.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm doing straight 7.5s for every single film tonight.
7.5.
Straight 7.5. It is a stereotypical, by-the-book, solid slasher. Because it's going by all the rules. You can't fault it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not up to those other standards.
I'll give it a 7 or 7.5 as well.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's like I said, it's definitely better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. 20th episode down.
I love your equality
Yeah.
sticker here you got on it.
I have equality.
Equality.
Equality. We are equal.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man. Good deal. Good show. Good podcast. Good chip cheerio.
Chip, pip, pip. Put another shrimp on the body.
Another shrimp. Well, wrap her up, bud. Go ahead and say your line.
I'm going to wrap her up.
Tell him, Steve, Dave.
This has been
wrong.
episode 20 of the Must Be the... No, that's not it. What podcast is this? I don't know what...
The Meat of the Maniacs. The meat of the Maniacs.
Make
that sounds
my
so
meat cry
perverted.
white cum. ManiacsMeat Podcast, episode 20. This has been Paul.
Josh.
We'll see you to the next one. And, you know, we're looking forward to the 25th. I think that's going to be an anniversary. I think we're going to have to find something special for the 25th, rather.
I don't know what you're... I don't know. You're counting it up, man.
I think every 25, maybe something special. What could it be? What could it be? And we'll come back again 2 weeks from now for another podcast. And it's going to be Nazis or tits and Nazis. Nazis with tits.
It might be both.
Matter if fucking Hitler had huge double D's.
There is a picture on or Google. Did you see it? Mm-hmm. Of Hitler with boobs, man.
Oh. I'd fuck the
Hitler
shit out of
tits.
that Jew.
Hitler tits.
That's a different kind of friction. You know, heat fire. I gotta go. Anyway, this has been Paul.
Josh.
See ya. Watch that finger. Yeah. Boo.